Hey everybody, this is Lord Tremendous once again with another battle report, 2,500 point battle, and this is an interesting one. It's a mirror match. It's me, Lord Tremendous, Warriors of Chaos, versus Mistress from Warriors of Chaos. So yeah, get ready to see a lot of warriors on the table. My army list is a little bit different. I got rid of the Chaos Lord on a dragon, gratefully. So yeah, I now have my Derman Prince of Nurgle back, Lord Tremendous now. He was a level 3 wizard. He had Chaos Armor, he had Wings, Charm Shield, Dragonbane Gem, Other Trickster Shard, Scaled Skin, Soul Feeder, Poisonous Slime, and the Lore Nurgle. He's backed up by the exalted hero, Kanka the Festering, who has Mark Nurgle. He's my BSB. He's got the Sword of Change, Enchanted Shield, Pigeon Plucker Pendant, Chalice of Chaos, and Hideous Visage. And I chose the Pendant over the Luckstone because I was curious. I'm probably going to put the Luckstone back on him, but I thought a 5-up ward against anything flying might be kind of cool. I don't know. I'm thinking about going over to Luckstone. Same amount of points, might be better. And of course, we've got the level 2 Chaos Sorcerer Rashlarder Possessed. He's now Mark Tzeentch. He's got a Dispel Scroll, a Dragon Helm, and uses Laura Tzeentch. My core is pretty much the same. 20 Warriors of Tzeentch, the Temple Guard of Tzeentch, full command, Halberds with a Blasted Standard. I've got 23 Chaos Warriors of Nurgle now with a full command, 2 hand weapon shields, and a Banner of Eternal Flame. Special choices are, of course, the Hellstriders. They're my pleasure riders. Musician Banner, Spears, and Shields. Chimera still has Poison and Regen, and the Gorebeast Chariot of Nurgle joins the army. And of course, I brought the Mutalith Vortex Beast. My opponent, Mistress, used a Sorcerer Lord of Tzeentch as his general. Was a level 4 wizard. Again, I don't have his entire army list or anything like that, so this is mostly from memory, but I'm a lot more familiar with Chaos Warriors, so I'm pretty sure we can bank on most of what I have. But yeah, he was a level 4 wizard. He had the Talisman of Preservation, a Chaos Familiar. He was using the Lore of Tzeentch, and I know he had the Third Eye of Tzeentch. I don't remember the rest, if there was anything more. Buddy, if you're listening to this, if you feel like putting it in the comments section, feel free. He had an exalted hero that was Mark Tzeentch, BSB with a great weapon. You know what? I'm sure he had something else as well. I just don't remember what. He had a level 2 Chaos Sorcerer, level 2 Wizard, like I said, Mark Tzeentch, a Dispel Scroll, and I think that was it. I think this was just like a Scroll Caddy, but he used a Laura Metal. His core consisted of 2 units of 17 Warriors of Tzeentch. Both had full command, hand weapon shields, and one of them had the Banner of Eternal Flame, the other one had the Standard of Discipline. His special choices, after a little bit of debate, was he finally decided on the 18 Chosen of Tzeentch. Yeah, he had the full command with them as well. He gave them hand weapon shield. He gave them the Razor Standard, and when he rolled to see what they got at the beginning of the game, they got +1 toughness. So toughness 5, chosen as Tzeentch. He also had a unit of 6 Hellstriders with Musician, Hell Scourges, and Shields. And his rare options were the Hell Cannon, which, yeah, that's always fun to see on the wrong end of the table. He also had 3 Skull Crushers with a full command, ensorcelled weapons, and +1 movement banner, so they were fast. My spells are as you see right there. Again, I had 5 this time plus the Mutalist spell, so a little bit different than what I'm used to, but it was very nice. Here's my opponent's spells. Mistress! I don't do it as well as he does. But yeah, she had 5 spells because she had the Chaos Familiar. And, you know, being level 4 and, you know, Mark Tzeentch, it makes sense she knows all those spells. Here's a little level 2 Scroll Caddy spells. Just, you know, a couple from the Laura Metal. I don't ever think he used them. Here's our deployment. Yeah, 2 very small armies on the table. So it was actually kind of cool to see it, though, because they're just so much power compacted in each of these little units. I'm not used to having more models on the table than my opponent. So, well, you know what? I might not have. But, yeah, he got the to roll first, and he actually finished deploying first, and so he got the +1, and he took the first turn. But yeah, here's Mistress's center. On the left there is a unit of 17 warriors, hand weapon, shield, full command Mark Tzeentch with a BSB. That little elf-looking person with the banner on their back, the silver model, that's his BSB. They had the Banner of Eternal Flame. The units of warriors in the middle, that's actually representing his chosen. And yeah, again, hand weapon shield, full command, and they had the Razor standard, I believe. And then that unit on the right is another unit of 17 Warriors of Zinch, full command, hand weapon shield. The model in that unit on the far on the left there, the greener looking one, that's the level 4 Sorcerer Lord. And the little chick on the right there, kind of whitish color there, she's the level 2 Scroll Caddy with the Laura medal. And how could you miss it? There's the Hell Cannon in the middle behind him there, giving me the evil eye. On his the left flank, are his unit of 6 Hell Striders with the Scourges, as well as 3 Skull Crushers with full command and ensorcelled weapons. Yikes. Over here on my right flank, you see my 5 Hell Striders of Doom. I did not Vanguard because I was hoping if I got to go first, I'd be able to charge as Hell Striders. There's my Gorby's Chariot of Nurgle, followed very closely by my Demon Prince of Nurgle. Right behind him is my level 2 Sorcerer of Zinch, as well as you kind of can see the, well, no, you can see him pretty good actually, the Warriors of Nurgle. On my left flank is my Mutalith Vortex Beast in the center there, followed right by the Warriors of Zinch and the Chimera hanging out over on the flank. Turn 1, this is after movement. He, like I said, got to go first, and so his Hellstriders zoomed over. Basically, he took my tactics. Get into the back, put pressure on the weak units, and yeah, it worked because I felt it really quick. Zoom! Yeah, using my own tricks against me. I have to admit, it was smart. And his Hell Cannon... Yeah, sorry, I'm trying out new tricks. If you didn't like it, sorry. But yeah, his Hell Cannon fails his leadership on the reroll, goes crazy, moves forward a few inches, and stops. So he doesn't get to shoot. So we go over to his magic phase, and he targets my Demon Prince with Infernal Gateway. And Irresistible forces it through. Oh no. So I'm thinking, well, what's the worst that could possibly happen? You know, I mean, it's Infernal Gateway, it's on my Demon Prince. He's got a 1-up armor and a 5-up ward. He's got the Charm Shield, so maybe I'll be all right. 10 strength, 10 hits. I kid you not. The Charm Shield worked. It went down to 9. He wounded me with all of them. Not a shock, really. No, he wounded me with 8 of them. I apologize. And I made 4 of my saves. And it's sad. Top of turn 1, the Demon Prince goes back to the warp for retraining. His miscast, in case you were curious, was an 8. The level 4 caster and the level 2 caster both took a wound. And I think he lost the rest of his dice in his magic phase. I can't remember, but yeah. It didn't matter. The Demon Prince was dead, and my soul was crushed. So here's bottom of turn 1, and 500 points in the hole. I turn around to face him. My Mutalith and Hellstriders, and I think even the Chariot turn around to deal with the Hellstriders in my flank. And the Warriors move up because his Warriors didn't move, and the Chimera shoots around the corner to go and give the Warriors some love that they desperately deserve. And that was pretty much it. He stopped all my magic. I rolled really bad for my magic, my power dice, stuff like that. He had no problem as a level 4 against a level 2 stopping my magic phase. So I had no shooting, so we went to turn 2. And yeah, as you can see, his Hellstriders slammed into mine. Booyah! Yeah, I don't know why I said that. But yeah, Strider versus Strider. Oh wait, no, I take that back. I was able to do something to his Hellstriders in my magic phase where I killed 2 of them. So he charged me with 4 Hellstriders to my 5, so I was pretty confident in this fight. And then in his magic phase, he irresistible through a second Infernal Gateway. A second one in his irresistible force. And he kills, what, 1, 2, 3, 4 of my Nurgle warriors. I don't remember what the strength and tough or the hits were, but 4 more of my warriors died. But I passed my toughness check, and so now we have a 6-up regen, which is better than nothing. His shooting, I think, either missed or didn't work. I can't remember exactly why the Hell Cannon didn't shoot, or if it didn't shoot, or if it just went off course. But we went to combat, and his Hell Striders had Hell Scourges, And it really helped him out because he was able to kill 3 of my riders with his riders with the rerolls. He actually only hit once, and then he rerolled, and he hit all 4 times, and was able to kill 3 of my Hell Riders or Hellstriders. I counterattacked. I think I killed 1, and then we did combo with our steeds, and he hit and wounded with all of his steeds and killed me off. I lost the combat by getting massacred. So yeah. Yeah, Hellstriders. Never, ever, 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 ever underestimate them. And for everybody that's curious between the whole, do you want Scourges or do you want Spears? I'm still a huge fan of the Spears, but I do see that the Hell Scourges can work very well. But bravo, buddy. Well played. Bottom of turn 2. I don't remember exactly what happened in the last Oh yeah, 25% casualties. No, I don't remember. My Nurgle warriors fled for some reason. They failed to panic check and fled. I cannot for the life of me remember why. I'm sure it was something that I screwed up. But yeah, they fled and they rallied this turn. So no big deal there. They just turned to face. I do believe that yeah. During my magic phase, I'm able to get a little bit of payback. I irresistible force through a infernal gateway on the skull crushers, and I do 7 wounds, I believe. And yeah, just smash, punch, kick, face. So yeah, that was actually nice. I do see why he was using Infernal Gateway so much, because it is such a fun spell. And my miscast was a 7, so I lost the rest of my dice out of my pool. And since my caster's out on his own, he wasn't base to base with anybody, so nobody took a strength 10 hit. I'm sorry, during my phase there, my Mutalith was able to charge his Hellstriders because the Mutalith could not abide the fact that they had desecrated my Hellstriders. And lo and behold, the Mutalith is able to munch and kick and destroy all of them and avenge the Hellstriders. So, yep, chalk a win up for my team finally. Top of turn 3 looks a little something like this. As you can see, we put a little pressure on the Skull Crusher. I kind of figured it would charge my Gorby's Chariot. If it won combat, fine. You know, the Gorby's Chariot, it sucks, but I was going to use him as a redirector because he's frenzied. He has to overrun, and if he failed combat, the Mutalith was going to go into him and help smash him up. But yeah, the Nurgle Warriors were ready to, if he did kill the Gorby's Chariot, to overrun and get the points for the Skull Crushers. The rest of his movement, he just kind of takes his Chaos Warriors on the left side there, my left side, and faces them at the Chimera that's incoming. I thought he was going to leave him alone and come forward, and the Chimera was going to get a flank charge, but my opponent's not a moron, which is a shame. A moron would have been easier to beat. And he turned to face the Chimera coming in. But he didn't turn so much that the Tzeentch Warriors had a flank. It was intelligent, very intelligent. So yeah, his magic phase, I don't remember what happened. I think he rolled Snake Eyes on 2 dice to cast something, and his phase was over. I don't remember, but his magic phase wasn't overly a big deal, this one. But his Hell Cannon turns to shoot and misfires. And it's like, oh, the Hell Cannon misfired. That's outstanding. So he rolls, and he rolls a 4. And the Hell Cannon looks over at his crew and just simply goes, and turns them all into poop, which I was perfectly fine with. I like when the Hell Cannons eat their own stuff. So anyway, after all that was said and done, we go to bottom of turn 3 before my movement. There's a nice little picture of it there, so you can kind of see where everything's at. And after movement, as you can see, the Chimera and the Warriors of Tzeentch all charge in. We're going for broke at this point, and they get a hold of that unit of Warriors with his BSB. My magic phase did nothing. Again, I'm a level 2 versus a level 4, so even attempting anything to get off, I was going to have to just force it through, and I wasn't ready to kamikaze cast quite yet. Or he was just stopping me, I can't remember. But here's a little scene before combat with the Warriors and the Chimera in there. And there he is after combat. His BSB was able to easily dispatch my unit champion, and I think he got +1 attack for it. But yeah, I think he lost combat, but he made his break test. So that was something. Top of turn 4 looks a little something like that. Pretty much exactly like it did at the bottom of 3. with the exception of Plow. His chosen come into the Warriors' Zinch. Just boom. Slamming into those guys. He moved his warriors back a little bit. His casters leave the unit of warriors. They kind of go back by the Hell Cannon because they kind of see the Mutilate, the Gorby's Chariot, and the warriors getting ready to go that direction. He didn't want me to get a hold of his caster. Smart move. Moved him back. The Skull Crusher wasn't stupid enough to stick around, and it fell back to save those points. And so, yeah, here's a closer view of the Chosen. As you can see, they can only get 4 models in base to base, so that was cool. That gave me a little bit of hope. The Hell Cannon, on the other hand, had different plans. Targets the Gorby's Chariot, direct hits, and does 6 wounds, killing the Gorby's Chariot. The Mutilith and the Warriors of Zinch make their panic check, but that's a damn shame. That's 2 units that are dead before they do anything. It's a shame. Over here, yeah, we get into combat, and as you can see, we win the combat and run both those units down because the Chosen actually failed their fear check. He actually moved his BSB over after the last combat to get into base to base with my Chimera because he was going to kill it off with the BSB. But the BSB had a great weapon, so my Chimera actually got to go first, and I figured with 5 attacks, he's got that +1 attack after the last challenge, that the BSB was going to kill my Chimera no problem. So my warriors attacked, his warriors attacked, and I put everything I had from the Chimera into the BSB, thinking, go for broke. He's only got 2 wounds, I got to go for it. The Chimera was able to kill the BSB, so the Chimera never got touched. The Warriors of Zinch just rolled out of the box and smashed all the other warriors. I don't think I did anything to the Chosen, but I really got a lot of combat from the his Warriors of Zinch. His Warriors of Zinch were not steadfast after they lost combat. I think they lost by 4, and they fled. They broke and fled. Remember, there's no BSB for him anymore, so he couldn't re-roll it. So he broke. His Warriors broke, and the Chimera caught them. And the Chosen, who were steadfast, actually rolled like a 9 or a 10, so they broke as well. His Lord was no longer in the unit of warriors with the standard of discipline, so it went back down to a leadership 8. And yeah, they broke, and the Warriors of Zinch rolled a 10, as you can see, to chase him down, and got him. So 2 big bricks of warriors and a BSB by the Zinch Warriors and the Chimera. Needless to say, I was happy. My opponent was loading a gun, but I was happy. So yeah, over here, bottom of 4. Looks a little something like a Dees. My warriors are now into the Hell Cannon for the overrun. The Chimera didn't quite make it, but it's the bottom of 4. So the Chimera makes it into combat with the Hell Cannon. Because, hey, it worked great last time. It was a good combo, you know? I thought, cool, I got this. Then my Warriors of Zinch failed their fear check against the cannon, and my Chimera flubbed his rolls. I lose combat by a ton. If you notice, yeah, the Warriors lost a little bit over half their unit to the cannon just hitting and wounding with every one of its attacks, and then like a big old 5 or 6 thunderstomps, and I didn't make any saves. Maybe one. But the Chimera didn't do anything. I think maybe I put a couple of wounds on the Hell Cannon, maybe. But yeah, I think he won by a ton. The Warriors only stuck because they were steadfast, but the Chimera did not have that luxury, and now he's fleeing on a leadership 5. I'm like, well, at least he earned his points back before he fled. Turn 5, I'm kind of like this. I really don't know what to do here. I'm trying to get my Warriors up. I'm trying to get my Mutilith into position to do something good. I really don't want the Skull Crusher in my flank, and I don't know what to think now that my Warriors of Zinch are falling apart and my Chimera's fleeing. So yeah, he targets me and does another, not an irresistible force, but I couldn't stop it. Another Infernal Gateway. That's 3. And he kills off 7 of my Nurgle Warriors. It really broke my heart. At least they didn't flee. So yeah, then we get into the combat, and his Hell Cannon just decimates my warriors. I think there was 2 left. I fled 3 inches. He fled 7, or he pursued 7, and yeah, it was all over there. So now I'm a little nervous. So in my turn, top of what was it, 5 or bottom of 5, the Warriors of Nurgle just go for broke, and they charge into the cannon. I got to do something about it, and it was a viable charge. and I actually rallied the Chimera. I think I rolled a 4. I was stunned. So the Chimera comes back, and I turn him the face. I didn't know who I was going to go after, but I was just thrilled that 260 points wasn't about to flee off the table. The Mutalith hangs back. I was hoping maybe to get his spell off on the Warriors, but that didn't come to pass. Uh, During the combat against the Hell Cannon, he makes all of his saves and flubs against me. It was actually quite nice. I think I made my save, so nothing happened at that point. So during his turn, top of 6, he charges into my flank with his remaining Skull Crusher, and I was a little nervous. I won't lie. And yeah, dun dun dun. That was going to do it. The game was so close that we knew whoever won this combat was going to win. It was a matter of points. You know, he had my Lord, but I had 2 big bricks of his. He only had 1 of mine. I still have my BSB. Ooh, it was crazy. But his unit champion Skull Crusher pulverizes my BSB. I couldn't wound him, couldn't hit him, couldn't wound him. Yeah, and he pulverizes my BSB, just embarrassingly so. So, believe it or not, that as you may or may not know, when a unit champion kills a hero or a lord in combat like that, especially in a challenge, you get 50 extra victory points per the rules for victory in the BRB. So yeah, what we thought was a really, really close game was actually, 50 points less close, I guess, because of this. So, but that'll come into play in a minute. Bottom line is, I think I lose combat here, but I'm steadfast, and I make it. Over here, bottom of 6. What do you do when you're a Warriors of Chaos and your back is up against the wall? You go all in. That's right. You go all in, because that's all you got. Sometimes crazy's all you got. So the Chimera slams into the flank of the Hell Cannon, and the Mutalist slams into the flank of the Skull Crusher, and all hell breaks loose. It's just the worst parts of the Bible all over. And it pays off. The Chimera goes crazy and kills the Hell Cannon. The Warriors, the unit champion had to accept a challenge from the Skull Crusher, and of course, he gets pulverized. I'm not even going to lie there. The Skull Crusher could not be beaten, but it didn't matter with the charge, the flank, the banner, and the 2 or 3 extra wounds that the Chimera did to the Hell Cannon to the Skull Crusher's 1 or 2 wounds, I can't remember, and the flank, I beat him by like 3 or 4. But whatever, it doesn't matter. It was enough. He broke. My Mutalith rolled Snake Eyes to pursue, and my Warriors rolled like a 7, and he rolled like a 10 or 11 to get away. So I did not catch the Skull Crusher, and so I didn't get any points for the Skull Crusher unit. And yeah, that's what really turned the game. It was so close. That was so crucial, and he pulled it off. I got to give my opponent credit for that. My crazy stupid luck and his just better tactics. So yeah, here's a picture of the board at the end of the game. As you can see, there's almost nothing left on either side. He's got a little bit. I've got a little bit. What a brutal game. But yeah, in the end, we totaled up the points. He got 1,820 points out of me, and I got 1,673 out of him. So it was a win it was a win to him, and it was such a great game. I enjoyed every minute of it. It was so close the whole game, and I honestly thought when I killed the Hell Cannon, I had it. If I had gotten a hold of the Skull Crusher, let's see, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, it still might have been a draw. It'd have been really close. Maybe not. I think actually I would have probably won it. But it's still, even if I had won, it'd have been by a dozen points. So such a great game, such a nail biter the whole time. So yeah, like I said, in 3 Infernal Gateways by my opponent into my army. Oh my gosh, now I understand why my opponents complain about it sometimes. But losing my Demon Prince top of turn 1 to Infernal Gateway really hurt. I rely on my Demon Prince. I really do. My Lord has to produce for me. He just has to. And when he doesn't, it really hurts. So yeah, in the end, I end up losing my Demon Prince, my BSB, my Gorebeast Chariot, my Hellstriders, and that wasn't a wonderful fight. I mean, Hellstrider versus Hellstrider, the only difference really between us is I had a banner and he had Hell Scourges. So it was in his, it ended up going in his favor. So yeah, I can't complain about that. It was great. And of my poor warriors of Zinch, my heroes, they did so well until they ran into the cannon and it just went blah. So yeah. What's the lesson here? Sorry, I'm getting a kick out of the voiceovers. My opponent, Mistress, lost a unit of Hellstriders, his Hell Cannon, his unit of Chosen, unit of Warriors, and his BSB. It was truly a wonderful game. It was a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to the next match. So yeah, thanks guys for watching this battle report. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed making it. If you have any questions, concerns, comments, or complaints, put them in the comments section below, and I'll get to them if they're worth getting to. So make the comments good. Or whatever, I don't care. Thanks a lot.